Welcome to Spirit School. My name is Danielle Sarank, also known as the Squamish Medium. I am the host of your Spirit School, where I will share all the lessons and learnings that I have uncovered through my intuitive development and mediumship development journey. I am a professional psychic and medium, an intuitive teacher and mentor, and I look forward to walking alongside you on this journey. Hello everyone and welcome to Spirit School. This is your March 2020 energies. I like to just call it energies because I'm just kind of reading into whatever Spirit's bringing me for the collective, people who are drawn to listen to this podcast. That's who I'm here to serve at this time, and just tuning into the energies of the month ahead. And I feel very excited this month because I knew I would be recording this today, so I was asking Spirit all morning to help inspire me on what I can talk about and what energies will be coming forward. And the word that came over and over and over again was healing. Healing, healing, healing. And I kept being made to feel that there would be huge shifts for people who have been doing the healing work over this winter, come, spring in just a few weeks here in March. So this is for the people who have sat there and done the work, who have not avoided the shadows that have come up for them. These are the ones who have realized through self-awareness that there are ancestral patterns at play, that there is unresolved conflict within from the past. And so there's a huge healing happening this month collectively for those spirits who really spent the winter time looking at the stuff and looking at the shadows. So just know that angels have come forward this week nonstop. And when angels come forward, angels for me and my work are very healing in nature. And so there's a lot of healing that's going to be done at a very deep cellular and soul level for a lot of the folks that will be drawn to listen to this podcast. So if you have been doing the work, good for you. Give yourself a pat on the back. It's hard stuff. It's hard stuff. And if you feel like you have avoided some of the healing path, don't you worry. You're still doing the work. And you don't have to wait till winter time. We have our own personal seasons in which we can go into a winter time to kind of slow down, pay attention, really look at why we're triggered. Why do people annoy us? Like, why does my friend trigger me? Why does my friend annoy me? Why do I let my mom get to me all the time? Or like, why do I never feel like enough around my dad? It's through this really deep self-reflective work that we understand where our triggers are and where our healing is needed. And once we can kind of understand that maybe it's not them, it's a little bit of us, that different situations will play out in many different areas of your life that will trigger you in the same way, just to kind of try to bring it through in a different way for you. I brought through parents here, just an example, because I feel like the people out there who understand that. But sometimes we're so numb to our parents' triggers that they still trigger us, but we don't bother looking much deeper. So then spirit will bring back a very similar trigger with someone new, maybe a boss or a colleague or a friend. And I mean, a trigger could be not feeling seen, not feeling heard, not feeling like you're good enough, or not meeting expectations, or other people are disappointing you and you're not having your expectations met. There's a lot of this energy that's been around, and I feel like there's a huge amount of people who have been kind of waking up to it. Okay, there's something here. It's not just people trying to piss me off. This is literally the work that everyone keeps talking about. So if you have any of that coming up, please just do yourself a bit of a favor and look a little bit deeper into a source root cause. One of my favorite exercises to do. So just say as an example, you do get triggered when you're unseen and you are overlooked constantly, which is something I just went through myself, which is why I'm giving that example. And then going back to the first time in your life that you remember feeling unseen, right? And that you felt like overlooked, and then going back to that version of yourself through meditation or through visualization and talking to that inner girl, that you need her to know that she's okay and she is seen and she is heard and she is worthy of everyone's time. And you go back and talk to that version of yourself that's hurting and in pain, and that's a very healing energy, and that's moving the energy of what's been stagnant within inside you and all around in your aura all this time and moving it forward. And whether you believe in angels or not, or whether you work with angel energy or not, when you do this work, angel energy is very much around you. Though I do believe it'll be much more impactful for you if you do call them in and you do ask them for their support. I do believe that you have to give a certain level of permission for that healing to take place. So please think about that. Think about that. But I don't want any light washing, or this positive toxic, what's it called? Toxic positivity, where love and light and all this bullshit, right? Like, definitely be love and light. There's a time and place for that, but it's definitely not in the world of your healing journey, right? That's where we need to look at like the grit and like the nitty gritty of it all, and not spiritually bypass and not brush things under the rug. Like, let's look a little bit deeper and just trust that if there are some things that you're just not ready to look at yet, then that's fine. There's no rush from spirit on the healing path. There's no pressure from them to get things right. And if we don't even make it in this lifetime, we have lifetimes upon lifetimes to work on our healing. So we also need to kind of understand that just because we heal one aspect, another one is going to come up. I don't think we're ever done healing in this life. I don't. But the energy that I feel for March is I feel very much that there's patterns and there's triggers that people are feeling for the past few years that have been very bright and prominent in their lives. And those are the type of healing energies that's going to be moving over the month of March. So, but be prepared. Whenever we kind of clear one thing, another usually comes in, and that's just the human experience. When we sign up for this, spiritual path, it's not a very, rosy path. It's always a bit gritty. But that's why we signed up for it, because it's interesting, it's evolving, and it brings about this new self-awareness. Like, one of the reasons why we're here is to remember who we were and who we are, and that's part of that path to remembrance, right? So just keep that in mind with you as you're going on in this month, that there's going to be a lot of healing happening this month. And what I love how this ties in just, in the Northern Hemisphere here, and I know I have a lot of listeners down the Southern Hemisphere where you're heading into fall and you're learning to release and let go and surrender and see the beauty and transformation. We're heading into spring where abundance is coming, foliage is being reborn. We're seeing what was dead come to life again. The tree outside my front door, it's so brown. I looked at it last week. I'm like, there's no way that green leaves are going to be coming out of this tree. It looks completely dead. And then today I noticed coming in that the actual brown stems, I guess you want to call them, like the leaf arms. God, I sound so silly. But the leaf arms are actually turning like a dark green, and you see it actually coming back to life now. So we're coming out of the winter. We're coming out of that darkness, and light is here for all of us. So hopefully that message hits home with quite a bit of you. I'm going to turn it to my cards now and see what other energies come up, which I love. Okay, very cool. So the first one that comes up is around awakening and this like energetic upgrade. I don't know if other people have been feeling this too, but I have a very clear energy thing that happens with my physical body when spirit is around. Like, I get tingles, I get like cobwebby feelings somewhere on my body. And over the winter, it was pretty sporadic when I would feel them. I trust that they're always there. I never feel disconnected. If you use that language, definitely go back to my You Are Not Disconnected podcast episode, which kind of explains my spiritual philosophies around this thing that we keep saying, because it's so cool to be connected all the time, right? But that's not our reality. Sometimes we need to fall out of line. We need to fall out of place so that we can get back and remember where we once were and who we really are. And that only happens when we slip off the path a little bit sometimes. But what I have noticed in the past 2 weeks is that spirit has been around even closer, and they have been making themselves more aware. So again, this would come through vivid dreams. This would be very powerful signs, like signs that you would have gotten last summer and last even fall that may have not come up so much in winter. So this could be numbers for some people. This could be, bees or butterflies or feathers, time on the clock. So these are signs that are kind of coming back because spirit is trying to wake us all up Spirit's trying to like awaken us all again. So this is all around energetic upgrades and integration. So we've been integrating, we've been working, and we always have more integrating to do when we're doing this spiritual work. But just know that I definitely feel spirits coming through, energetic upgrades, more signs, more vivid dreams. Pay attention to them, journal them, please, and just really keep along that self-awareness path. Now, the next card that comes up, and you guys know I use Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light. That's the only deck I ever really use now for when I'm reading for other people. Even though I do love her new Starseed deck, I still love this one. I just have like this soul bond with it. And I got the Ever Unfolding Rose. And so what I feel with this card, not even looking at the words on it, again, I was talking earlier around how we're watching this rebirthing happening on Mother Earth, where, flowers are starting to bloom. We see tulips even coming up here or there. And so this is a real sign and a real message from the world of spirit that what you thought was once lost is still here. And I feel very much intuitively that this is speaking to spiritual gifts. I feel there'll be a few people who are listening who are thinking that, their gifts aren't as strong, or that they've been taken away, or that, they've shifted to a point that's unrecognizable to them anymore. This is Spirit's way of saying it's just an unfolding that's happening. We need to integrate, and when we're really hyped up on the spiritual journey, sometimes we go, and we don't stop enough to actually integrate. So this is Spirit saying you are an unfolding rose, petal by petal, and there's never any rush from the flower world to bloom. And so please know that there's no rush for you to bloom either. And that's a message that comes up around that. For some people who will be listening here too, it's been a really tough go the past few months. I want to go back to end of November for folks. Spirit's very much telling me that this has been a rite of passage. This is actually looking down a dark tunnel and seeing the light on the end is what they're showing me. But you need to know that this was a path you needed to walk. There was darkness in your life. There was depression. There was, some things that just like weren't going very well for you. And congrats to you. I'm actually hearing that. Congrats to you for not falling into that victim place is what I'm hearing. You managed to hold your vibe high. You managed to see this as an actual path and lesson that you needed to take. And the light is getting even closer. Again, I feel within 3 weeks, there's going to be huge shifts for people who resonate with that message, who have had a really tough go these past few months. And just know that the light is coming. And it's an initiation for you. It's a rite of passage. And it's the fact that you need to experience what you just went through to be of service on the other end of it. Right? For all of us who are interested in being healers, who are interested in being of service to the world of spirit, we need to go through a certain level of stuff so that we're able to help and support others. So do know that things are really happening for us and not to us. And you really need to be mindful of that and know that it will make perfect sense in the future why this would have been your experience over the past couple months. So that message comes through really clearly too. And just for good measure, I pulled a fourth card. I usually just pull 3, and the answer was yes. So I feel like there's people who are listening who have been asking in the world of spirit a question. I need to know, is this the right thing for me? I need to know, is this the course I should take, path I should take? Do I need to make this shift in like this career, this relationship, whatnot? The answer is yes. And in the book, if you ever open up the book for this card, it's yes, 100 times over. So whatever you have been thinking and pondering, asking the world of spirit, let this be here for your sign yes. And again, I put the intention out always that the messages that I bring are not for the collective of Earth. They're literally for the collective of the people who are drawn to listen to this podcast episode. And even listening to this now, this could be your first or only podcast episode that you listen from me. So please take this as my gratitude to you that, I feel lucky to be able to be a sign for you for the world of spirit. So So these are kind of like the overall energies, and the only other thing Spirit's showing me right now is a star. So when I think and what I feel when I see the star is like literally like wish upon a star. I feel like this actually came up in my class yesterday. There's some of us who aren't dreaming as big as we could because we're scared of not getting what we ask for. So it's almost better to play it safe than to dream big. So Spirit's wanting to remind you here and now to keep dreaming big. Dream bigger. Anything that you have going on your plate right now, whatever project you have, a side hustle that's spiritual in nature, and you're stuck at your 9 to 5, just keep dreaming bigger and be in a state of surrenderance with your dreams, in the state where you say, if not this, then more, if not this, then better. And so it is, and so it is. But Spirit's literally showing me shooting stars, and for people to keep dreaming bigger. Don't be scared. I totally feel how some people feel out there. Like I'm feeling it right now. It reminds me of how I used to feel even like last year and the year before. It's almost like you're too scared to ask for what you want and too scared to ask for what you need because it means so much to you that if you don't get it, you'll crumble. But trust me, you're not going to crumble. And trust me, you're going to get exactly what you need. And if not that, then better. So keep dreaming, soul sisters. Keep dreaming, keep dreaming. And yeah, I feel like that's your energy messages for the month of March. So I hope you enjoy them. Thank you to everybody who's been reaching out. It just feels so good to know that people are really resonating with the podcast. And of course, my new podcast project with Melissa White, the Spirit Room, which has been a lot of fun. That's been tons of fun to record. Still love podcasting. Still going to keep a podcast for now. And yeah, just sending all my love out to you. If you are interested in working with me, I have mentorship available, 3-month mentorship programs. I have my readings up. I have my whole schedule up now from April to June. March is fully booked out. But yeah, I have some readings available for June, or April to June. And then my Live Your Magic by the Moon course is available on my website, Squamish Medium. That's where I give you a 10-piece mini course, guided meditations, worksheets, dream journal prompts, instructional videos on how to use everything. And that helps you start living in rhythm with Grandmother Moon, which has been life-changing for me. So that's only $44 Canadian, available on squamishmedium.com. And I have a new offer coming out in the next few weeks, which is going to be a downloadable PDF. It's like the first 7 days of understanding your intuition. So that will be available soon. And that's it. That's all I got going on right now. And for those folks in Squamish, in April, I will be hosting my first larger workshop, and it's going to be on Oracle cards, angels, and guides. Right now it's tentatively for April 18th, but that might shift depending on venue availability. But that's kind of what I have going on right now, guys. Thank you for leaving a 5-star review and a written review. It helps other people find the podcast. And continue sharing on social media. I'm at Squamish Medium on Instagram, and I'm Danielle Sarank -- Squamish Medium on Facebook. So thanks, guys. Have a good one.